Most car owners don't realize this. But the biggest money drains on a vehicle aren't major breakdowns. They're the quiet problems that build up slowly while you drive. The engine works a little harder, fuel disappears faster, and the car ages sooner than it should. And because nothing looks broken, the repair bill only hits when it's already too late. A recent report showed that average repair costs have climbed above $400, even for common issues, meaning small problems now become expensive very quickly. But here's the truth, most beginners never hear. You can prevent thousands in repairs with a few simple everyday habits. These tricks aren't technical, don't require tools, and they're trusted by real mechanics. Before we continue, hit subscribe for more simple car tips that save money. Now let's begin with one small change that has a surprisingly big impact. Trick number 1. The air filter check that prevents engine stress. Here's a simple truth. Your engine cannot run properly if it cannot breathe properly. Most beginners forget the air filter exists, yet it affects nearly everything: power, fuel economy, and long-term engine health. When the filter becomes dusty and clogged, the engine has to work harder to pull air in, and that extra strain slowly damages parts you can't see. The good news? Checking an air filter takes seconds. Open the filter box, lift the filter, and look at it under light. If it's dark, dusty, or packed with dirt, replace it. A clean filter allows smooth airflow, helps fuel burn correctly, and reduces stress on internal engine parts. Neglecting a filter doesn't just hurt performance, it leads to incomplete combustion, carbon buildup, and increased fuel use. That's hundreds of dollars wasted over time. And here's the forbidden part. Dealerships often charge high prices for air filter replacements. You can check yourself in moments. Now your engine can breathe again, but air alone won't protect your wallet. The next trick saves even more money, because it directly affects the thing your car uses every second you drive. Trick number 2. The tire pressure habit that cuts fuel costs. Most drivers never think about tire pressure until the steering feels odd, or the tires look low. But here's the surprising truth. Low tire pressure is one of the biggest hidden reasons drivers lose money every single day. When tires are underinflated, they create more rolling resistance. That means your engine must burn more fuel to push the car forward. A simple monthly tire pressure check can save hundreds of dollars every year. All you need is a basic gauge or the air machine at any gas station. Inflate your tires to the recommended level, not too high, not too low. When they're set correctly, your car accelerates easier, handles smoother, and uses less fuel with every mile. Low pressure also wears tires out faster, causing early replacements that cost a lot more than a minute of checking air. Correct pressure extends tire life, protects suspension parts, and reduces strain on the engine. It's the easiest maintenance job that almost nobody does. Your tires now help your wallet, but your engine still needs a steady, healthy flow of electricity. That leads us straight into a simple fix almost every beginner overlooks. Trick number 3. The battery terminal cleanup that fixes hidden issues. This is one of the simplest and most important car tricks a beginner can learn. Dirty or loose battery terminals silently cause dozens of expensive engine problems. Misfires, weak acceleration, rough idling, poor fuel economy. Many of these symptoms aren't caused by failing parts, they're caused by weak electrical flow. A quick cleaning of the battery terminals can restore strong electrical power instantly. Just wipe corrosion away, tighten the clamps, and make sure the ground wire is secure. This is one of the easiest ways to save money, because many expensive repairs happen when the car is misdiagnosed instead of inspected properly. A driver once complained his car struggled uphill and felt like it was losing power. He thought he needed a new fuel pump or ignition system. But the problem wasn't mechanical. The battery ground wire was covered in rust. Cleaning it fixed the entire issue. No parts needed, no big repair bill. Electrical strength is the heart of a healthy engine. When it's strong, your car works effortlessly. But even with good electrical flow, your engine needs something even more important: fresh oil. And that brings us to a trick that prevents the most expensive failures. Trick number 4. The oil change rule that prevents engine damage. Oil isn't just a liquid, it's the one barrier standing between a smooth-running engine and a $1,000 repair bill. As oil ages, it becomes darker, thinner, and filled with tiny particles from normal engine wear. This contaminated oil loses its ability to protect metal surfaces, and that's when friction starts quietly eating away at your engine. The danger is that most engine damage begins long before any warning light appears, which is why beginners often don't realize how important fresh oil truly is. Changing the oil on time is one of the easiest and most effective ways to protect your car. Fresh oil keeps metal parts gliding smoothly, reduces heat, prevents sludge buildup, and lowers stress on crucial components like the pistons, bearings, camshafts, and timing system. Engines that receive regular oil changes consistently last far longer and run far healthier than engines that are neglected. Dealerships may try to upsell expensive blends or extra additives, but you don't need any of that. What matters most is using the correct oil grade for your car and changing it at the right interval. This small routine cost prevents the biggest repair bills. And once your engine is properly protected inside, there's another trick that reduces load instantly without tools, effort, or spending a single dollar. Quick reminder, if you like saving money on car repairs, subscribe now. Trick number 5. The AC off trick for quick power and lower wear. Most beginners never think about how much work the air conditioner makes the engine do, but the truth is simple. When the AC compressor is running, the engine must use extra power to keep everything moving. That added load means more fuel is burned, acceleration becomes softer, and the engine runs a bit hotter than usual. None of this will harm your engine immediately, but it does increase stress every time the compressor turns on. Here's an easy trick many experienced drivers use. When you're merging onto a highway, climbing a hill, or overtaking another car, turn the AC off for a moment. This removes the compressor's load and gives the engine full freedom to respond. The boost isn't dramatic, but you'll feel the car react quicker and more confidently, especially during short bursts of acceleration. Over time, giving the compressor occasional breaks also reduces wear on the AC system, a component that can be very expensive to repair or replace. Less strain means longer life, smoother performance, and fewer surprise repair bills. This habit costs absolutely nothing, improves responsiveness, and helps preserve one of the most expensive systems in your vehicle. But even with the AC under control, your car may still be carrying more weight than you realize. And that leads us straight into another forbidden money-saving trick most beginners overlook. Trick number 6. Remove unnecessary weight for better fuel economy. Most cars slowly turn into rolling storage units without the driver ever realizing it. Over time, things like old bottles, heavy toolboxes, sports gear, unused bags, blankets, cleaning supplies, and random items gather in the trunk and back seat. You don't think about them because they're small, but together, they add real weight. And here's the part most drivers don't know. Every extra pound forces your engine to work harder than it should, especially in stop-and-go traffic where the car must constantly start moving again. This extra strain increases fuel use and quietly wears down the suspension, brakes, and even the transmission. The good news is that removing hidden weight is one of the easiest money-saving tricks you can do. Cleaning out the trunk or back seat takes only a few minutes, but the effect can be surprisingly noticeable. Even removing 20 to 30 pounds, roughly the weight of a backpack or small toolbox, reduces the load on the engine. The car often feels smoother, lighter, and more responsive during everyday driving. And over months of commuting, the fuel savings quietly add up. Dealerships never mention this because it sounds too simple, but simple habits often create the biggest long-term results. When a car carries only what it truly needs, everything works easier, the engine breathes better, the suspension moves more freely, and the fuel tank lasts longer. Now your car is running lighter and more efficiently. But the final trick is even more important, because it prevents the most expensive repairs before they ever begin. Trick number 7. The listen to your car habit that prevents big repairs. This final trick is the most powerful one on the entire list, and it doesn't require tools, money, or experience. Your car always speaks before something expensive goes wrong. You just have to notice what it's trying to tell you. Small hints like a new ticking sound, a slight vibration, a burning smell, a delayed start, or even a dashboard light flicker are your car's early warnings. These are the signs most drivers ignore until the problem becomes much bigger. Here's the real truth. Issues never fix themselves. A tiny $20 problem today can easily turn into a $600 repair if it's ignored for weeks. A loose hose becomes an overheating issue. A small rattle becomes a broken mount. A weak battery becomes a towing bill. Listening early protects both your engine and your wallet. If something feels off, check it. If the noise changes, pay attention. If the smell is unusual, don't wait. You don't need to diagnose the entire issue. Just catching it early is enough to stop major damage. This one habit alone separates drivers who save thousands from drivers who face surprise repair bills. Now that you understand all 7 forbidden tricks, let's bring everything together. Final thought. You've now seen all 7 forbidden car tricks that most drivers never hear about. Simple habits that quietly protect your engine, improve fuel economy, reduce wear, and save you from expensive repair bills. None of these tricks require tools, special skills, or complicated steps. They're small actions that make a big difference over months and years of driving. When your car breathes better, rolls easier, runs cooler and carries less weight, everything works smoother. And when you listen to early warning signs, you stop problems long before they turn into big repairs. These are the kinds of habits that experienced drivers rely on, and now you have them too. If you want more easy money-saving car tips just like these, make sure to subscribe before you go. It helps the channel grow and ensures you never miss practical advice that keeps your wallet safe.